Most people buy a Can-Am Spyder, and within the first few weeks, they already want to change something. Seat doesn't feel right, suspension feels too stiff, handlebars feel off. So what do? They start modifying it. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. I'm Kevin, low budget Spyder rider. And if you watched my last video, why people quit riding the Spyder, this is one of the biggest reasons it happens. Because instead of learning the machine, we start changing it too early and end up chasing problems that weren't actually problems to begin with. So let's talk about why we need to give it time before we touch anything on our Spyders. This is the part people don't want to admit. A lot of early modifications aren't based on experience. They're based on what we see. What we see from watching videos, what we see another rider with. Maybe they upgraded their shocks, added a custom seat, even different handlebars. And this plants a seed. If they changed it, maybe I need to change mine too. But here's the problem. We don't know why they changed it. We don't know their body, their riding style, or even how long they've been riding. We don't even understand what problems they were trying to solve. So what happens? We start copying instead of trying to understand why we need to make the change to begin with. Because in the end, we can't fix what we don't fully understand. And most riders don't actually know what their Spyder is supposed to feel like. Is it the suspension? Could it be the road we're riding on? Or maybe even the seat? Could it be our posture? Or could it be the handlebars? Most importantly, the way we grip the handlebars. If we start modifying too early, we're just guessing. But the truth is, a lot of what people feel on the Spyder comes from how they're riding it. The death grip, fighting the bars, not trusting the front end suspension. That creates tension, and tension becomes discomfort. And no modification, no matter how many we do, is going to fix bad input. Because in reality, what fixes bad rider input is time. Because in time, we start noticing the patterns. And we notice those patterns after we start riding consistently. We're not guessing at that point. After a 45-minute ride, you may start to notice your back may be talking to you. Your arms start to get tired. That's real data. And now we can make targeted changes. And making targeted changes will always be modding too fast. Because when we change too much too fast, we lose connection with the machine. We're always adjusting, always tweaking, always chasing something. And that turns into frustration. And when frustration sets in, that leads to riding less. And riding less leads to walking away. But when we wait, we build confidence. We understand the machine. We know what's normal. We know what's not. And when you finally make a change, it's intentional. We feel it immediately. Not because someone told us, but because we know. So before you start ordering parts, give yourself time. Because the goal isn't to change the machine, it's to understand it. When we understand the machine, we enjoy the ride a whole lot more. And that enjoyment comes when you learn how to ride it properly, when you learn how to turn, when you learn how it reacts in corners, when you learn how the suspension loads up, when you ultimately learn how your body needs to move with it. And that matters more than people think, because a Spyder is not intuitive like a two-wheel motorcycle. It requires body positioning and input very different. And if you don't understand that first, you start blaming the machine. And that's where most people go wrong. They feel something's off, so they start throwing parts at it. But here's the reality. Those mods are designed to enhance the setup, not fix confusion, because suspension alone is already a balancing act. It's there to keep tires planted, maintain stability, control weight transfer, and keep ride comfort balanced. If you don't understand what the machine is doing, you can actually make it worse. You can make it too stiff, which makes the ride harsher and less compliant. You can make it too soft, which creates instability or body roll, because the wrong setup leads to unpredictable handling. Because ultimately, the goal of any mod is to make the ride more stable, more predictable, more comfortable, and ultimately more enjoyable. But more importantly, is to make it yours. And this is the part that most people miss. You don't just improve the machine, you improve the rider. Because when the machine and the rider line up, that's when the Spyder stops feeling off and starts feeling like one of the best machines you've ever ridden. So it's not that mods are bad, it's that timing is everything. Ride it first, learn it, understand it, then fix what actually needs fixing. Because when you do it that way, you don't just upgrade your Spyder, you unlock the ride. If you find this type of Spyder content useful, hit the subscribe button. Because in my next video, I'm going to dive into the first 3 mods that most riders do after riding their Spyder for a while to improve the ride. Until then, remember, live for the experiences and definitely enjoy the ride. Peace.